Committee hearings are an opportunity for smaller groups of legislators to meet together and really dive deep to discuss particular bills. Bills are assigned to different committees based on their topics. For example, if there's a bill that's going to impact schools, then that would be sent to an education committee. If a bill would impact our roads or infrastructure, that would be sent to our transportation committee. So this is an opportunity for small groups of legislators, typically it's between 10 and 20 legislators representing both parties, to meet together and really dive deep to discuss the bill and how it could impact the communities that they serve. The most important thing about committees is this is an opportunity for members of the public to come and speak directly with lawmakers about these bills. For example, experts will show up to provide data to educate lawmakers about some of the historical context of bills, what data exists out there and how these bills could maybe improve the data. Concerned citizens will show up to share about how their communities or their families could be impacted by the bill. Concerned citizens also might provide some stories to provide context to lawmakers. Lastly, also this is an opportunity for lobbyists or other representatives from organizations to show up and explain to lawmakers about how bills might impact the people that they serve or their clients or their organization directly. This is an opportunity for lawmakers to ask questions to the experts and the people that will be directly impacted by this legislation. And then using that information, lawmakers can decide to make changes or amendments to bills. And perhaps maybe remove some language or add some language in. Ultimately, at the end of a committee hearing, then lawmakers will decide and put it to a vote on if they want to send this bill that they've really dived deep into to learn more about. They decide whether or not to send that on to the full Senate chamber, the full House chamber, for further review and passage into law. So if you are interested in showing up to provide testimony and speak to legislators about a particular bill during a committee hearing, you need to first sign up to do so that they know to expect you. You can do this one of two ways. The first way is you can physically show up at the committee hearing, and they have little sheets of paper where you can write down your name if you're representing an organization and the bill you want to speak on. These papers are typically available right before a committee meets. You just quickly scribble out that information and leave it at the table where the committee chair is going to be seated. The other way, which is the best way to sign up, is to do so online. And here's how you're going to do that. First, you're going to go to the Indiana General Assembly website, which I have pulled up here. The website is iga.in.gov. This is your main page. Over here on the right is going to be the list of all of the committee hearings that are meeting on that particular day. As you can see today, we've got a lot of committee hearings going on actually right now as I speak. But then we also have future committee hearings too and future sessions taking place. If you're interested in signing up for a committee, let me show you how. I'll use the Education Committee in the House as an example. You click on this House Education here. This will take you to the committee page. This is all of the legislation that they're scheduled to be speaking about today. If you're interested in testifying, go the night before as soon as it's midnight or after. So ideally, if you're going to be testifying on a Tuesday, go as soon as Tuesday becomes, at 12:01 a.m. You can sign up to testify. Otherwise, set your alarm early to sign up to testify, 6, 7 a.m., depending on what time that they're meeting. But what you can do is you click on this button here at the top, Testify in Committee. Here, you can put in your first name, your last name, if you're representing an organization, or you can just write out concerned citizen if you're not representing anybody. And then it's going to automatically fill in the House or Senate and what committee. The meeting date would be today. And then you click on the bill eligible for testimony. Typically, this is a drop-down menu that's going to have a list of all of the bills that's going to be discussed in this particular date. And then you have to click support, oppose, or if you're neutral on the bill. because a lot of times legislators like to sort out and have everybody who supports the bill speak first, and then everybody who opposes the bill speak second, or vice versa. And then just click You're Not a Robot, submit, and you're good to go. So that's how you sign up to provide testimony online. So committee hearings are really cool because it's a great way to kind of see other people who are also interested and invested in the bill that you're interested in. One thing to first of all know is be patient. Committee hearings can change at the drop of a hat. They can be as short as 5-10 minutes long, or as long as 5 hours long. You just never know what to expect. A lot of times the schedule can change where lawmakers might decide to switch up the order that they hear bills, or they might decide to postpone listening to a bill until a future meeting or something like that. But ultimately, I think it's really important to pay attention to who's showing up in the room. Think about who are the people that you're seeing. Are they concerned citizens, a concerned parent, a young person such as yourself, or are they representing an organization? What are their arguments in support or opposed to the bill? And why do you think they might be arguing that way based on who they're representing or what are their biggest concerns? I think it's really important when you're sitting in a committee hearing to hear both sides of the story and to hear both arguments, so then you know that whether or not you support a bill, you can speak and address some of the concerns that the opposing parties are expressing themselves. One other thing to be really mindful of is sometimes there are time restrictions. So when you put together your testimony, be prepared to keep it short and sweet. Sometimes you might need to adjust what you need to say and cut things down. So just be ready to do that, because a lot of times lawmakers have a lot of people to listen to in a very small amount of time. Check out our website for more information, learn about Indiana's legislative process, and find out how you can take action on causes that are important to you.